All right, guys, welcome to my review of the Alternates, issue number 4 of 4. This is the last one by a lot of people. It isn't a good book, and I'm going to tell you why. So I'm going to run through the story, and I'm going to talk about it. So, more people are getting, addicted to the prestige that comes from another dimension. People are getting hooked, and something happens with people. And then we have this boat where the alternates are on. But before we go there, we go to Kid Quantum, or whatever his name is. And we get a little bit of a mini story, right? When he was in the ledge, the ledge is where the prestige is coming from, to make it all more confusing. And he spent 3 years inside of a drug-heightened psychedelic reality, and he came on completely wrong. And I have a little trouble with my light again. Let me fix that. Hopefully this is better. Yeah. And basically he becomes what he calls a mad scientist terrorist, and doing experiments on species in that dimension, I guess, killing lots of innocent people. And then there is a voice in its head when instead of, hey, doing the bad thing, it says, well, you need to do the good thing. And he doesn't like that, so he does some, self-surgery. I don't know why he's not completely out of it and in complete pain. So he cuts a piece of the frontal lobe that influences morality. And he asked himself, did it work? I like the imagery. The imagery is really fun, really creative, I must say. Nice colors. So yeah, this is probably maybe the best piece of this whole comic, in my opinion, because of the weirdness. So it seems that they are fighting and gonna fight themselves. And so the alternate says, hey, are you copies? But then this copy says, this guy says, you're the copies the ledge created of us. And he says, no, you're lying. And then, so it seems that they are telling the truth. And he says, how is that possible? The ledge is a pocket dimension inside of a sentient cosmic being that believes itself a creator. So that is this guy. So it seems that this this Galactus cosmic being guy, is not Galactus, but you know what I'm trying to say. So the alternates went into the dimension to do, I don't know what. I mean, it's never been explained. The only thing that is explained that there is a threat. They go into that dimension to do something, probably stop this guy, I guess. I'm not sure why he is. He talks about creating worlds. And then he holds them and then creates copies of them for reasons. Again, not really well explained. He rewrote himself around our thoughts and fears and populated with characters fueled by our souls. Lots of mumbo jumbo, if you ask me. And it seems that we are nearly drained of our individual lives. So they are sticking in this dimension while the copies are, roaming free and having a family and having fun and self-discovery and all that things. But then somehow they got out because, now this is weird, right? The Continuum, that's the superhero group, came to rescue us. They brought you back instead. Our hippy-trippy Xerox knockoffs. But it was like removing an organ from the world of a living world, of the body of a living world. It weakened Ledger's stone, as this guy, along with the barriers of the ledge, eventually allowing us to escape. Now, that doesn't make any sense, because it seems that you saying that you were part of this universe, but that's not it. I mean, you went into that universe, basically making you a bacteria or a virus, if you will. So removing that bacteria or virus should actually heal this gigantic being. So that's totally BS. They cannot believe it, and so the copy, the original, says to the copy, it's only This is the only thing that makes sense. I mean, why do you think you're also uncomfortable in your own skins? I don't know. Maybe they're depressed, traumatized, insecure, right? Doesn't mean there are, you don't feel in this world or you don't belong in this world. She says, because it's not my skin. We stole your lives, all of them. Now, here's the part that I'm going to dislike, this particular part. I'm coming back to that a little bit later. He says, bingo, you took our homes, our families, our legacies. So he's grabbed some needle. We're not mad at you. We get it. You're all miserable. How could you not be? How could you ever come back to this after experience all the potential in the ledge? So basically, he is the one that releasing all this goo, this drugs into this world, selling them or something, like a drug dealer. And so they say, hey, everyone should have the chance to have what we had, so we're giving it to them. Oh shit, you aren't just a dealer, you're a junkie. Are you guys nuts, man? Do you know what that stuff can do? I've seen people turn into furniture on this shit. But then he says, yeah, some people. Basically, he doesn't care, right? Because it's all worth it, right? Anyway, because he thinks it reaches their true destinations or some crap. Anyway, a fight breaks out, and there is a fight between, their counterparts, and somehow they're losing, right? You have the moves, but none of the memories. Their passions. You fight for nothing because you are nothing. But we can fix that, says the originals. You should know that when you turn away help, the only places to go, brother, is down. All right, so, and then Monster Girl, or Girl Monster, or whatever she's called, helps this guy, and he says, no wonder we can return to our lives. They were never ours to have. Oh man, I want to say it. We don't belong anywhere. We're gonna die. So he kisses her, right? Because he has a thing for her. But then they see this capsule, I guess, giant capsule with prestige. Everyone to light up everyone in the city. All right. So he crawls out of the hole. He says, basically he says, we're gonna save the city, right? And then they do the thing that we've seen many times in superhero comics or comics in general. Like, hey, let's switch up, our opponents, and suddenly they are winning because it's a support group and we don't fight alone, right? And now we're taking each other's problems and all right, stuff. So this is Kid Quantum talking. He says, I tried to solve it. Maybe our original selves had more experience with our powers, but less with each other. Or maybe the guilt we felt that stealing these people's lives kept us reserved in mention. We deserve punishment. You see where... Okay, I'm going there. Talking about their deepest weaknesses, whatever. And they become resentful. And so the original says... I watch you, I wanted to be mad that you took my trip rod and the eye, but I couldn't do it, man. Material stuff don't mean what I did. But this, that you went and lived a life when you finally realized the importance of spiritual unity and came back just to take it away from Twilight City, that pisses me off. All right, so Monster Girl comes in. Dracula hand, bitch. So they won. But then they are ordering the rest of the originals to, bring the ship down into the city and then releasing the prestige, and making then chaos, and everyone would be addicted or something like that, right? And something's happening here. All right. So, and then Mr. Crustacean here says, he says, what are you doing, Lou? This is a ship. Spin on water. Anything on the water gets barnacles. They make one of the strongest glues on Earth. And he says, I'm Kin Crustacea. Basically, he's using his powers to engulf everyone in crustacean goo, right? Protecting them. So, and then we have Lou's wife and daughter, somehow. The ship crashing down. They survived, of course. The originals don't. And then this alien being called Ledgerstone is dead, and its blood, the prestige, is bleeding into the city. So their whole plan is basically collapsed on itself. It didn't matter, right? Because they can do nothing about it, right? And it seems that the wife is trying to connect with her husband, and maybe she just, if she touched the prestige, maybe she knows what he's going through or something like that. But the daughter says, no, don't do it. And then Kid Quantum here does something, which is weird because he just, he doesn't want to have those feelings anymore, right? You may remember the part that he cut out of his brain, right? Here, like his self-lobotomizing, so that he cannot feel the rights and wrong anymore, so he's more neutral. And he says, what we do, the only thing we can, be there for them all. Jeez, fuck. So then Tripper wants to say to Marie again, he's doing that the whole thing, he likes her, he wants to declare his love or something. And then Quantum Kid dude says, shut up. And now we see his darker side go to the good side, and basically absorbing the power of, what's his name again? This creature that's bleeding out? Ledgerstone, right. Somehow. I don't know how he does it, but it seems he does. In the Ledge, he said he was a terrorist, a serial murderer who murdered microservices for fun, a desperate god who cared about no one. And now he's a god here with all the powers of the Ledgerstone himself. That means we're screwed right here. I say that. Maybe I'm trying to drown out the whisper before it became a scream, but was just denying the math. And now he's maybe looking from the inside outside, which is weird. You don't supposedly have feelings anymore, right? Because you cut that part out of you. That nothing matters. And then this guy, am I an NFT? Another of that stupid thing that people put in here. An NFT was something that was popular for just 1 second. And before it became popular, it was already deep. It's not a word, but it's not popular anymore. So if you want to read this book in, let's say, 10 or 15 years, nobody knows what an NFT is anymore. Only if people, follows that particular trend. But people that don't follow trends or know what an NFT is says, what do you mean? Why you put something in here, right? It doesn't make any sense. Anyway. So it seems that the stuff is retreating into quit whatchamacallit. And he says, I got the power now and I need to go somewhere else. Goodbye. And he's, I don't know, he has some kind of a cosmic cube, and then his power is now in there, and I don't know what happened to him. Anyway, all well, I guess. And so they are doing this whole group therapy thing again. And then Searcher, who is part of the Continuum, the superhero group, comes in. She was, I don't know, maybe corrupted somehow, and now she's not, and she wants to be part of the group. And then all the lives are going, they'll think of their regrets, their losses, or maybe their loves and their lives. And he says, I guess we all can do is reclaim our lives one day at a time, the best we can, right? And then, all right, so they're saying goodbye, and then Trip wants to talk to Mary. And he says, hey, Trip, in the square after this crash, you said you had to tell me something. What was it? And then he backs down. He says, hey, look, I'm your sponsor, Marie. There's rules about the things we can share and do. So if you tell me you can act on it, you won't be able to be my sponsor anymore. I won't be able to come here for shitty coffee and think weirdo and tell weirdos my kinkies. And she feels down and walks away, and that's it. That's it. It's shit. Nobody talks like that. So all this guilt tripping. These people that made these writers live on Twitter all day. They speak Twitter, they think in guilt, right? So assuming that these guys are right? So they've basically, instead of, okay, we maybe are copies, but I want to live too because I have memories, I have feelings, but they want to surrender because they feel bad about the originals that wants to kill them and basically says, yeah, we stole your lives and now we feel bad. It's all this guilt, self-guilt, or white guilt, or whatever you call it, all this horrible, I had a word on the tip of my tongue, self-loathing. Yeah, these people loathe themselves so much that they think this is the way you should do, right? These people want to kill you and you feel bad about that you stole their lives. You didn't even know that. What kind of crap is this? Right? And they said, oh yeah, let me please die so that you can have your world back. No, of course not. That's not how it works. I mean, you just want to give up a second ago and now you say, oh yeah, no, now I want to live my life. Doesn't make any sense at all, right? So it's pretentious. That is exactly what it is. This book is pretentious. The story is pretentious. It has some fun art. I admit that. And in the beginning, I think, oh yeah, this could be something. I like the minor threats, right? But the alternates, not so much. I think it's trash. No, it's not really trash. It's just bad writing, pretentious bad writing. Just like these people. Fuck it. I'm out of here. Bye-bye.